Although many people are adopting AI technology, but still there is problem of trust, lack of trust, as well as privacy. And nowadays, the users are concerned about data privacy, cyber security, as well as lack of human interaction. So this study was conducted to bridge the gap and find out what are the important of AI, what is the importance of AI in banking system, as well as what challenges is it focusing. Here's come the research objectives. First, it was to identify the usage, that is to determine which AI services such as UPI payment or chatbot people, what is their frequency, how many people use it. Then next was to evaluate their speed, that is to access if AI feature actually improve convenience and transactions speed, means whether AI was able to meet the people's demand. And next it was to measure the trust, that is do people they rely on AI and trust it. And next was human versus AI. As we know that AI system is adopting in banking services, but still there are few people who don't trust it and they find human assistance with it. Then comes the research methodology. It included descriptive and quantitative research. I prepared a survey which consists of about 25 questionnaires, and then I circulated it through 100 respondents. And sampling method was use of convenience sampling because it was time efficient, and the people who wish means they can participate in it according to their willingness. And then the secondary data, it was obtained through journals, RBI reports, Deloitte and McKinsey report. And for analysis, I have used percentage analysis, pie charts, and comparative tables. Then after the survey, I found that major users were of age 26 to 35 years age, and they mostly prefer digital banking services. Among them, the UPI and internet banking website, they were most common. And mostly people rely on bank for the features such as fraud and fraud detection. And efficiency, people felt 53. And then comes the critical challenge. So challenge was human touch. AI, it lacks personal interaction, and humans, they still preferred for complex complaint and fraud issues. Then recommendation was, first one was to create awareness about the AI system so that many people can understand it and they can adopt it. Next one was enhance the cyber security so that the people, they will feel rely and their trust will increase. And next one was upgrade AI, that is make chatbots more human-like so that people feel they are connected to human. And for this, I prepared a banking acceptance model. So this is the AI acceptance model, which is left side, it gives what is of AI, and in middle it represents trust and satisfaction of customer. So more will be the customers satisfied and their trust will increase, more it will lead the adoption of AI. Thank you, ma'am. So if there are any questions, I will fill it.
What are the objectives of your study?
Ma'am, my main objective was to study AI, what are benefits of AI in banking, and how and what they are challenges, so that I can do them.
Can you justify your sample? As you mentioned that you have taken 100 respondents.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you justify why 100? What is population and what is sample?
So population is the group of individual and the unit of population is sample. So I went, means I have done specific study on population in the people who are living in Koregaon Park area.
100 is sufficient in Koregaon Park area?
No, sir, 100 is not sufficient. It should be. But for as a initiative, I took just 100 sample. Yeah, I need to do more research on it.
How you collected the data?
Sir, I collected
Google Form?
Yeah, I circulated Google Form among the whatever their business owners shop were there, as a student and working professionals. I circulated among them.
So if the data is collected through online mode, what is the authenticity of that from 100 students? And how you shared this Google form with the respondents?
I shared it with the link, sir.
So how you selected 100?
Means actually I asked people in that locality that I am conducting a. मैं बंद कैसे करूँ उसको?
Challenges. So first let me clear that this paper is only focused on a problem focused study. That means all the problems in the market related to BMS, that is battery management system, all those problems are evaluated and bring into one paper. So these are the contents. Let's move to introduction. Okay, so as I said, I'm working on a BMS problem study. So BMS is nothing but a battery management system in EVs. So currently the rapid growth of electric mobility has shifted the focus of automotive research from like combustion engine dynamics to battery-centric energy management. So the energy storage system is no longer a passive component, right? So as the result, the reliability and the intelligence of battery management systems plays a good role. So I thought, why not we bring all these problems into one research study. So the battery is the heart of EV. As I said, the battery is the main component of each and every, which determines the range, safety and cost. So main is cost and determining the range. So it is expected to give us a safe operation, long battery life and cost effective ownership. But existing BMS face deep technical and operational problems. So these problems and gaps have been presented in this presentation is data correlation requirements. So this is nothing but a historical performance of past data. So if for each improvement in BMS or anything, we need past data so we can study and say what was wrong, what is right. So still now there is no essential for those data. There is no backups. There is no historical presentation about customers, about EVs, about batteries, about companies. Nothing is there. So this is the most important topic we should have. We should study and bring good changes into IoT, into AI, and into data integration. So these are the more BMS technical issues. Now what are the technical issues? So I explained three important, because this is a vast topic and I think I can complete into 10-20 minutes. So the main important here is temperature sensor placement optimization. So sensors positioning captures representative thermal data across the battery pack. So let me tell you what is a battery pack. Those are the small battery packs integrated into our BMS. Okay. The next is fundamental hardware and software trade-offs. Engineering solutions balance computational processing power, sensor accuracy, response time and cost constraints within integrated battery management system. Nowadays, AI hardware and AI software can be integrated with a battery. It will be so easy if we try to integrate these systems into AI and bring a very good model into our EVs.
Sorry for interrupting. Please conclude in 2 minutes.
Okay. just you want a conclusion or a problem statement with the conclusion?
Yes, mainly we need what is your objective, what you have done, and conclusion.
Okay, so first let me tell you in short what is the objective. So as I said, I have there are many problems in EV batteries which doesn't have any solution right now, and there are lots of research paper going on each topic. So what I've done is I have concluded all the research problems into one paper, so that we can have a focus analysis. Now, how this helps to the companies and customers? So this will be giving you a good research analysis, so the company wants to work on this. Customer impact, that battery capacity, whichever the battery problems are there, customer can also get through it. And market impact, so reliability increases here. People can have less work and do more smarter work into this. What I have done with research methodology is
You're not audible.
hello.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, I'm audible, right?
Yes, continue.
Okay. Okay, so as I said, I have taken all the research problems into one, so that company, customers, and market can study this and bring a good solutions in the market. So this was my objective, and how I have done this. So I have gone through various research papers. I have given here the reference also. So I have studied that. I have cross-checked it, and I have done into a short, so that we can just share this paper with the companies, and then they can study the problems and give you perfect solutions on this.
Over from your side. Hello.
Yeah, I was just sharing my reference work list. I think it's not okay. Yeah, this was my research actually.
Okay. So what is the research gap you found?
From the above, as I said, there are several research gaps emerges here. So first is like accurate self-calibrating SOC and SOH estimation, which is important and must in EVs. So how can models be designed, to adapt continuously for like aging, battery aging होती है बहुत. So battery aging, temperature and load variations. Battery पे load आता है तो बहुत बैटरी डिग्रेड हो जाती है, लाइक लाइफ स्पैन खराब हो जाती है उसकी. सो वो एक्यूरेट सेल्फ कैलिब्रेटिंग वी कैन डू. नेक्स्ट इज अर्ली डिटेक्शन. बैटरी में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, सॉरी आई एम यूजिंग हिंदी.
ओके.
सो लाइक बैटरी में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है अंदर, ये हमें पता नहीं चलता, राइट. आई एम जस्ट सपोज आई एम ड्राइविंग माई बाइक बट माई बैटरी इज हीटिंग इनसाइड. आई एम नॉट गेटिंग एनी अपडेट्स, एनी रियल टाइम मॉनिटरिंग. Right, so this can help to get me early detection of degradation and failure modes, like which mode is getting disturbed. Next is cost effective and scalable BMS architecture. So like companies can design a good standardized BMS using AIs and all those. Next is IoT awareness, privacy, respected data, and the most important I will say was smart charging. How can charging profiles be optimized? This can be studied and further can be deployed with us.
Okay, fine.
Hello, good afternoon. Am I audible, ma'am? Yeah, okay, just a minute, I will share my screen. Accuracy analysis for the different algorithms, that is CNN and SVM, and it is how it how it is providing the accuracy for the handwritten character recognition. So these are the contents which I have included for the presentation. So the introduction part and the problem statement, literature review, research gap, methodology, and the conclusion part. So as we all know, the handwritten character recognition is most popular nowadays, and the different kinds of application it is utilized nowadays. So what major challenges we face while recognizing the handwritten characters are the variation in its size and shape. If we are collecting the handwritten samples offline, the major problems we face are the styles and the writing pattern and the shape how they write. And if we are converting that into the images, the noise and the distortions are also the part of it. And the traditional approaches used are mostly the SVM for limited data. If we have limited data, so the SVM will be more suitable for the handcrafted mechanisms. And the deep learning approaches, most of the papers have covered with the CNN. So my objective to understand if I have to collect the handwritten samples, providing more accuracy for my further study. So for that, for this presentation, I have considered the augmented data set, which I have collected from the Kaggle. Then in that particular data set, I have applied both SVM part of the machine learning and the deep learning model. I have considered the CNN. By referring various research papers, so I came into the problem statement like I have to patterns, and the limited training data is available. So there is no standardized data set for working for the algorithms. So the various literature review, which data set is not available for the concerned data. Yeah, the complexity related problems they are facing if we are going for the particular CNN models. So these are the some of the research papers which I have gone through. And the gap which I have identified is like there is inadequate comparisons available for the CNN and SVM in case of the augmented data set. And why I prefer the augmented data set is like it is, I have already done the zooming and scaling. Some part of the processing is already done for that augmented data set. So I try to find which one will be providing the more accurate, more performance which I need for my further studies. So from that, the literature review identified, I mean, here it is just summarizing what the researchers are specifying and what gap I have identified. So this is the research gap I already mentioned. That is no more studies not available for the augmented data set. Yeah, we can apply the augmentation for the existing data, and the comparison specifically focusing for the SVM is and CNN is not much available. So I focused on that. So that I can go ahead for which kind of algorithm I need to utilize for my further study. So these are the methodology which I have used. So some handwriting samples I have collected offline using a ball, point pen and paper. So I have converted that into, automized that using the PDF and image processing mechanism. So I separated the letters and worked on that with the augmented data set. And this augmented data set, which I already mentioned, it is collected from the Kaggle specifically for this understanding the algorithm. Then which I concluded is like if we are working with the limited data set, the accuracy is given and the faster performance is given by the SVM. But if I need the more, if I have to work on the large data set and large comparisons and I have to give more predictions, then it will be better to go for the CNN. Thank you.
Okay, my question is, using this particular comparison of CNN and SVM,
Yes.
what problem you are going to solve?
The problem I am going to solve in the sense actually my study is focusing on the handwriting recognition and the characteristics related to that for the particular person. So my focus was like if I have to map with the personalities and their characteristics and the letters, not only specifically for single letter, I have to map with more letters in English. So which one can provide faster performance, which one will be better? For that, I have studied this two algorithms.
Okay. But specifically, why you selected only CNN and SVM only?
When we are going for the most of the studies past available, so different algorithms they have used, not only SVM and CNN, but I just want to understand if I go for the deep learning methods, it will be giving me more faster performance and better. The machine learning algorithms and handcrafted features will be HOG features and all, if we are using that will be better. With augmentation, it will provide more accuracy or not. That I wanted to check. So that in later for the mapping with the, if I have to grouping the handwritten character into the separate styles and separate, variations, then which will be providing me, later, which can support me for later algorithms like augmentation if I need to add something like that. So which one will be giving me the more perfection? For that, I have opted only these two algorithms.
Okay.
From the past studies, I concluded into this two algorithms. And KNN is also available, but I went with the SVM and the CNN.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I can conclude? Yeah, further questions?
Yes. You conclude.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I'm starting. Ma'am, my screen is visible. Ma'am, my screen is visible. Hello everyone, my name is Neha Tanaji Bidve, student from Sadhu Vaswani Institute of Management Studies. So the topic for my research is impact of environmental, social and governance practices on banks and consumers. So introduction. ESG stands for environmental, social and governance. 3 pillars that together redefine what responsible banking looks like in 21st century. I chose to study 3 banks, HDFC, ICICI and statement of problem. The core problem is this: while publishing ESG reports and announcing green initiative, it remains unclear whether these bank practices are genuinely transforming operations. This research attempt to answer, does ESG deliver real value for banks and consumer in India? So the objective of my research are first, to examine the specific ESG practices of SBI, HDFC and ICICI Bank. Second, to analyze how these banks practice influence consumer perception. Third, to compare public versus private sector ESG approach. Fourth, to identify best practices in Indian banking. Fifth objective is to highlight the key gaps and challenges. So the research methodology, the study uses qualitative case study method based entirely on secondary data, annual reports, sustainability disclosures, and BRSR filings. Review of literature. The review of literature examined previous research studies related to ESG practices in the banking sector, such as Sharma and Singh 2023, Kumar and Bansal 2024, Singh and Kulkarni. These are the previous past researches done. So I have chosen 10 case studies which covers the wide spectrum of ESG activities. SBI issued green bonds raising billion of renewable energy and launched YONO, a digital platform now serving 60 million users, transforming rural and financial inclusion. HDFC Bank embedded ESG risk into its credit decision, reducing NPAs, and ICICI Bank grew rupees 30,000 crore renewable energy, undertook a comprehensive reforms that rebuild investor and consumer trust. So the findings from this research were, all three banks showed stronger loan quality, diversified funding, and improved ESG commitments. Second, ESG improves consumer perception, particularly through social programs and government transparency. And conclusion, ESG in Indian banking is not just ethical aspiration, it is sound business strategy. The evidence is clear. Banks that genuinely integrate ESG into their lending decision, products, and governance structure perform better and earn greater trust. And consumers should demand authentic, verifiable ESG commitments. Indian banks have enormous power to shape a sustainable future. I would like to conclude.
Hello.
Am I audible? Yes, sir. Thank you. I would like to conclude now. So, sir, the main objectives, as I mentioned, was first to examine the specific ESG practices of SBI, HDFC, ICICI Bank in depth. My second objective was to analyze how these practices influence consumer perception. And third was to compare public and private sector ESG approach. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kiran Rajendra Taksale, and today I will present my research work on developing a predictive model for cloud platform selection using security usability metrics. This research focuses on helping organizations choose the most suitable cloud platform using the machine learning techniques. Introduction. Cloud computing has become an essential technology for organizations because it provides the scalable, flexible, and cost-effective services. The most popular cloud platforms are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and GCP. So, however, selecting the right platform is difficult because organizations must consider factors such as security, usability, cost, and performance. This research aims to simplify decision-making process. Objective. The main objective of my research are first to identify the most secure and usable metrics for cloud platform selection. Second one is to compare AWS, Azure, and GCP based on these metrics. Third is to develop the predictive model recommends the best cloud platform. And last is to analyze the performance of different machine learning algorithms. Uh, Let me see the research problem. So many organizations select cloud platforms without complete technical knowledge or proper analysis. So wrong platform selection can create issues related to security, usability, and the operational efficiency. So therefore, there is a need for an intelligent predictive system that can guide organizations in selecting the most suitable cloud platform. Next is the research methodology. So this research follow I used a survey, and I collected 150 IT professionals and collected data regarding the cloud platform. After that, the data collected processed for features that were performed. Finally, the machine learning algorithms were trained using the processed data set. This is the predictive model. Input layer contains the security, usability, cost, and performance metrics. The processing layer performs reducing and machine learning analysis, and the output layer provides platform recommendations and rankings. I have tried to make mathematical model. Uh, Recipe is equal to function SM, PM, and CL. SM is security matrix, M is usability matrix, PM is performance matrix, and the cost factors. So, combination of these, the model predicts that the most suitable platform based on these combined parameters. This is what the expected results. Here, CP represents cloud platform selection. Here is the decision making 83%, logic regression 80%, SVM 87%, and random forest 92%. Comparative analysis. AWS is strong security and enterprise support. Azure high usability and scalability, and GCP high cost efficiency and AI services. Conclusion. To conclude, security usability are very important factors in cloud platform selection. Next one is the machine learning techniques can significantly improve prediction accuracy and decision making. Among all the algorithms tested, the random forest achieved the best performance with 92% accuracy, and this research can help organizations make smarter and more reliable cloud adoption decisions. Thank you so much, sir and madam. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sir, AWS is the best, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is my presentation visible? So, good afternoon, all of you. My name is Ashay Kotwal. I am a research scholar pursuing my PhD in BMCC under the Savitribai Phule Pune University. And my topic name is AI-driven ESG scoring model.
Multiple process. Next is ML model classifies traffic. Next is anomaly score against baseline profiles. Next is severity and time assigned. Last one is the automated meeting is contaminate action. Next is role of threat detection. So AI transfers cyber security from reactive to proactive continuously learning without normal looks like flagging deviation in real time. AI model studies normal network patterns. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So conclusion is this AI system, which is developed and proposed in this research, ML-based approach to cyber attack detection significantly outperforms traditional signature-based systems. It has improved protection, automated intelligence, and scalable efficient. So this system strengthens enterprise cybersecurity posture against modern threats. AI detects and responds to attack without human intervention. No manual help is needed in detecting and responding to the attacks. The lightweight framework is simple to deploy and scales across network sizes. And this model can be applied to any of the organizations like education institutes, banking applications, medical applications, in any industry. This application can be or model can be applied. Thank you for attending this, and thank you for much.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Poonam Mankar from Computer Science. So, my student Suchitra will present the PPT. Okay, Suchitra, please start.
Yes, ma'am.
Suchitra, please start the presentation. Suchitra, your screen is visible. Start the presentation.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone.
If possible, use the headphones. Suchitra.
My name is Tritra Yadav. I am from Department of Computer Science at Navroji Wadia College. Today I am going to present a research on impact of technology and communication among young adults and working professionals. The study was conducted as a quantitative cross-sectional survey study. So the technology has changed the way we communicate in every aspect of life, whether with friends and colleagues. However, the communication behavior differs depending on the relationship context. So the main objective of the study was to determine how different communication tools influence on family, friends and colleagues. Our study focused on three main research questions. The first was how communication preferences differs across family, friendship and workplace settings. The second was how demographic factors such as gender, age and occupational role affect the communication behavior. And the third question was the increased digital communication effect on workplace pressure, emotional well-being and task variety. Now coming to the age gap. The most previous studies focus only on one communication setting, either social media, family interactions or workplace communication separately. Very few studies compare all three contexts together. Also, there is a limited integrated research involving both in and working professionals together. So, the study tries to bridge that gap. To conduct this study, we use a quantitative cross-sectional survey design. The data was collected through an online questionnaire. We used a sample mental balance in gender. The sample size was 400, of which 200 were males and 200 were females. The age range is from 77 to 66, out of which mean age was 29 years. The questionnaire included multi-select questions and Likert questions, which is measured across the family, friends, and colleagues. The analysis was done using Python libraries such as Pandas, Matplotlib, Scipy. The statistical significance threshold was maintained at p less than 0.05. So here is the graph of age distribution. The graph shows the most respondents were mostly from the 70 to 25 age group, indicating that the stronger representation of young adults. Here is the graph of distribution of respondent occupation. This equal representation improves comparability and reduces sampling imbalance between occupation and groups. Now coming to the slide 4. This slide presents one of the most important findings of our study. So we observed that communication. Hello? So we use an online survey, collect the numerical data from 400 participants at one point. And this was used to because it helps study communication behavior quickly from large group of people. Also, we use the quota sampling method where we maintain the balance between the gender. 200 males and 200 females were there. And for that, also we done the test using chi-square, linear regression, 2-1-1 and Kruskal-Wallis test. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Are there any questions? So we use a quantitative cross-sectional survey with quota sampling to collect the balanced data from the 400 participants. We use the tests like chi-square, linear regression, ANOVA and Kruskal-Wallis, which influence the communication rather than the gender. And also it is seen that longer digital communication can lead to sleep disruption and social comparison behavior between young adults, and it is also seen that workplace digital communication may lead to insufficient task clarity, and also it can uh, reduce the task clarity. Hello, sir. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
क्लोजर स्क्रीन